Hi everybody, I just wanted to show you a short video today. I'm doing my baby balm, and I love doing the baby balm. I usually do them to order. I have an order for 2, and so I'm going to make a small amount. What I put into it is beeswax. As you've seen in my other videos, I try to buy beeswax from local honey farmers. And if I can't get it locally, then I try to, get it from other honey farmers. And, if all else fails, then I'll have to go with the little pastilles that you get when you order oils or butters. As you know, I put my infused oils in every one of my products, and for my baby balm it is going to be about 60% lavender in extra virgin olive oil. This was something that I infused over 6 weeks. The lavender doesn't really give a lot of color to the oil, but this is just extra virgin olive oil infused with lavender that infused solar for about 6 weeks. 25% calendula infused, sunflower, extra virgin olive oil, and apricot. It was infused on February 3rd, and I bottled it on March 16th. I put vitamin E in, an ounce of vitamin E in when I infused it, and I put some more vitamin E in when I bottled it. And I'm going to put a little bit of vitamin E in here. This is chamomile. So the rest of it is going to be 15% chamomile. This is chamomile and sunflower oil, apricot, extra virgin olive oil, and vitamin E. It was infused on 2/14. It was bottled on 3/24. So those are the 3 oils that I'm going to use. And the recipe for any balm that you make is a cup of oil to an ounce of beeswax. Now, because this is baby balm, I'm going to add about a half a cup of cocoa butter and shea butter. So then I have to put like a half an ounce of beeswax. So I'm going to do in a cup and a half, a cup of oil, a half a cup of butters, and an ounce and a half of beeswax. And if I were making this for an adult with sensitive skin, I'd probably put in tea tree oil, something like that. But because it's for babies, I'm going to put in a little bit of lavender essential oil. But you don't want to put too many essential oils, and you don't want to put any essential oils that are going to be irritating for a baby. So I'm just going to put a little bit of lavender oil in it. And there's other oils and butters that you can use. This is what I use and what people tend to like. So going to the water that you hear in the background is running so that I can melt my beeswax in a double boiler. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to take my Giganto knife and I want to cut off an ounce and a half of beeswax. Now I put my shea butter and my cocoa butter in with the beeswax, and when you see how this comes out, you're going to be surprised, that basically that's all there is to it. So this is going to go very quick. So what I need now is I need about a half a cup of the lavender oil. You could make this whole balm with just lavender oil and beeswax, and you'd be perfectly fine. Lavender in extra virgin olive oil, or you could just do extra virgin olive oil and beeswax with some lavender essential oil. So now I'm going to put in the calendula. Calendula is so soothing. Babies just love it. Okay. Now I'm going to put in the chamomile, which is just so healing. So soothing for anyone's skin. So I have my oils, and if I hadn't put the vitamin E in at infusion time or bottling time, I would put it in now. One of the things that you want to try to avoid when you're doing your double boiler is getting any water into your melted butters, because any kind of oil, any kind of water can introduce bacteria or fungus into it. So I'm going to mix up my oils, and I had some beeswax on there, you could see it, and then I'm going to pour my beeswax in. You're going to see it change shape like almost immediately. Okay, so this is my beeswax, my shea butter, and my cocoa butter going into my oils. And you can see it changes immediately. Changes into this sort of gelatinous monstrosity, basically. It's kind of hard to realize how healing this is when you see it at this point. It just looks like egg drop soup, basically. I'm going to try to scrape all this down. And one thing that you want to do is you want to keep an eye on the temperature, and when it goes down below 120, you can add your essential oils. Otherwise, it's going to, and it's probably down below 120 right now. Doesn't take long. Let's see. Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 dropperful of lavender essential oil. That's good for the babies, good for the moms to smell it, because there is actual lavender infused oils in here. And now I'm just going to keep... Now if this gets grainy on you, or if you make something like this and it gets grainy, what you want to do is then you want to temper your shea butter. Tempering your shea butter is basically taking it and melting it slowly by itself in a double boiler, and then freezing it, putting it in the freezer and cooling it down. That's tempering it. When I make my muscle balm, which I use all the time for myself, when I'm making a batch for myself, I just, I just put the shea butter in, and when I'm using it, it's grainy, but, I use it for myself, so, I don't care that much. Now, if it's kind of lumpy and you want it to not be lumpy, you can heat it up again slowly, but do it before you put your lavender essential oil in. I'm not going to reheat this at the moment. I might put it in as the water cools down. I might put it in like so, and then put my jar in. So it's getting a little heat, but not that much. Like, it's not heating up to the point where it's going to burn off the essential oil. But if you wanted to do this where you wanted it to heat up faster, do it before you put the essential oil in. And if you don't, you can, with a baby product, I wouldn't suggest putting essential oil in twice, because it can be irritating to the baby. But you could leave it out at this point. Just hope that it doesn't burn off. But you know, I'm gonna get a whisk and I'm going to whisk it around. Now it's heated up a little bit. I have, you know, some hot water in here. Let me try this another way. What I did here was I put some hot water, not boiling water, in the pan. Put the cup in the pan. Now if I was doing a big one, I would do this in the mixer. Not the hot water, but I would get it smooth and then I put it in the mixer. But for something small like this, you can do it like this. Just, you know, make sure that you've got it. And a lot of the little pieces that you see is the shea butter. So my suggestion would be, if you're going to put shea butter into a balm, temper it first, which I didn't do here, but the person who wants this is a repeat customer. She's familiar with, you know, sometimes there's graininess in the shea butter, and you know, she's gonna just love the baby product. So anybody who's familiar with my stuff knows that I'm going to alcohol my jars, and I'm going to pot this, and I'm going to have a wonderful, wonderful baby balm that's good for very sensitive skin. It's good for diaper rash. You know, it's good for, you know, anytime you make a diaper change, this is really, really healing. You know, it has the lavender, it has the chamomile, it has the calendula, the vitamin E, and the wonderful oils. So this is a basic baby balm, and happy balming.